Hello and welcome this week to the DaebakCast. This is a weekly podcast where the three of us come together to talk about K-pop and what's current in K-pop. This week will be sort of a year in review sort of thing. We're going to be looking back on our predictions for 2017, seeing how correct we were. Then we're going to make some predictions about 2018. We're going to do an album review. And also Andrew's list of rest in pieces. So, anyways, I'd like to take a moment to ask anybody who listens every week to please review us on iTunes. We definitely want to climb the list a little more on there as far as podcasts go. And yeah, so as always, I am joined by Nate.
Just feel it. Boom. Boom.
Is that Momoland?
Yeah. It's really good. Listen to it if you haven't.
Yeah,
it's like old Tiara.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And Andrew usually has 3 things.
Actually, I have 4 things today.
4
dare
things.
you.
Wow,
Cut one.
That's a first.
No.
No, it's not.
He's
He's done it before, but...
Okay, number 1. So I had a gift exchange after Christmas, so like a bunch of like people from Kind of Funny, and my good friend Kyle Stevenson, who's one of the like mods or the community managers for Kinda
He's the guy with the green beard, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
He got me this shirt that says K-pop and chill.
Nice.
For like, yeah, I got him a wrestling T-shirt, so it was an even exchange. Though
Cool.
It apparently is from all K-pop, but whatever.
He doesn't know any better.
Yeah. Number 2, I am very late. Like, running a K-pop podcast, you kind of like are insulated from like regular music to some degree. So I am very late on the Brockhampton hype train, and I've been listening to a bit of it, and yeah, pretty good surprisingly. Brockhampton is like this. It's the weirdest like they call themselves like a boy band, but it's basically like this hip-hop group where a bunch of them met on a Kanye West forum and then just started making music, and now they're like the most popular. They're headlining Coachella and shit. Like they're that popular.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just like really random, just like from all parts of the country. Like there's even some like guys from like Dublin or whatever, but it's a really interesting concept. Number 3 is as of the recording to this podcast or today, I'll go back and watch it later, but there was like the Japanese equivalent of WrestleMania, basically, which is Wrestle Kingdom 12. The reason why I'm mentioning this is that it has like the coolest like main event. There's this guy named Kenny Omega. He's basically like he's not Japanese obviously, but he's basically like straight up, he's like an anime character. Like his character is like straight up like an evil guy. Like he laughs manically. His like whole thing is like he brings a broom out because his like nickname is the cleaner or something like that. So he comes out with a broom. Like his finishing move is called the One-Winged Angel because he loves Final Fantasy and like all this like nerd stuff. He's fighting like one of like the legendary like wrestlers of all time in Chris Jericho for the New Japan Pro Wrestling United States title. The caveat is they're both Canadian.
Damn.
But no, it's an insane matchup. I still have to go watch it because it literally started at like 2 a.m. So,
Nice.
And finally, the one thing I wanted to like the special number 4. Jacob has been digging into his ancestry a bit, which is very interesting. Like you have like a lot of like landmarks with ancestors.
Yeah,
or something.
I found a whole bunch of different places around the U.S. that I gotta go visit because relatives did stuff. We got on the ancestry.com, and they have like a ton of documents and stuff, so I traced at least like my like paternal side of the family all the way back to like the late 1500s in Wales. And then my grandmother's side of that to England in the 1700s, and that's all I've got so far. But still, it's really cool stuff.
And like, there's some like thing in Canada or whatever that
Oh yeah. The part of my family that were loyalists during the war, they left and went to Canada. Yeah, they're basically traitors. So I'm gonna go there and plant an American flag for the cool American
Canada.
side of the family. Thanks, Nate, for the idea.
You're gonna start a war.
Good idea.
You're gonna start a war between America and Canada.
Yeah, I doubt he's gonna plant a big flag. It probably won't even be noticeable, but he'll know, and that's all that matters.
The Mounties will come
exactly.
after you.
The Mounties.
Anyway.
Oh goodness. Okay.
All right, blown out time.
I gotta find my blown out page because I just lost it. All right, here it is. Okay. I'm Jacob. You already know that. Blown out of the week. If you envy the gifted, try opening the gift in your hands. Very good. Tableau.
Nothing.
Not hard at all.
It's hard for me. Dang.
I can't do it with my left hand at all. I can do it with my right hand though.
I can do it with both.
All right.
It's definitely better with my right hand though.
So, album review of the week. Younha.
Album review. Younha.
The first album review of 2018 is an album that came out in 2017.
Must I say?
Well,
actually,
I mean, nothing came out. There literally hasn't been a. I mean, we could have reviewed Momoland, I guess, but like
this should have been 2013. We could have been reviewing I Got a Boy right now.
That's true.
Yeah,
it came out on January 1st, 2013. Yeah. Anyways, one thing I want to point out about this album, I really like the album cover. It's just nice.
It shows up in the music video too.
Oh, cool.
In for Parade, like they take that exact scene. Also, I'll give like a little bit of background. So Younha, because some people might not actually know who she is. So this is her first album in 5 years and 5 months.
Wow,
which is insanely long. Yeah, she took a hiatus.
I mean, I thought she was kind of releasing some songs in like here or there, but
she
just
did.
nothing.
She did like
OSTs?
She was featuring on stuff.
It was considered a hiatus. Yeah, she did OSTs and like
she featured
not
on
a lot,
Shoebox,
and she featured in stuff, and maybe did like a duet here and there. But this is her first actual release in 5 years and 5 months. She usually this album was a little like experimental for her. She usually does a lot of ballads and rock, like straight up rock music.
Like I'm pretty sure, for even like non-K-pop fans, her most famous like piece of work is doing the ending song to Bleach, Hokiboshi, which is crazy, considering that it's literally one of like it's ranked up there with like one of the best like Bleach ending songs ever. So that's crazy to see somebody like that just like in K-pop.
For me, I know her from featuring on Epic High.
Epic High, yeah, exactly. I was gonna say,
Umbrella and We Fight Ourselves.
Epic High anime. So,
and I know her because I actually listened to her albums, like 5 years ago when I still remember her last release before this, which is ridiculous to me that I've been in K-pop that long, but it's been 7 years.
Yeah, you were talking about it basically bookended your entire K-pop, or well, I mean, not
necessarily, but. Like, but yeah, it's close. Because I found her fairly early, like a year in. Mm-hmm. With but yeah, so like I said, she doesn't usually do a lot of the type of music in this, but I think it turned out well. Mm-hmm. So the first song is "RescuE," which is the title track, but not the single.
For whatever reason.
This like starts out like a ballad, but then it becomes like a chill electronic song.
Yeah,
and I think it's a good entry to the album.
It's got kind of almost has like trance like music sort of vibes to it, which is pretty cool.
I love trance.
And you said like this is kind of like a new sort of sound for her because it's again I don't really have much reference.
She did not do a lot of like electronica type stuff. Like she was definitely known for OSTs, ballads, and then like her albums were like she's considered a rock singer. Like her albums were like straight up rock music.
Yeah, like Hokiboshi was a rock song. So
I think this is a nice like new flavor. Honestly,
yeah,
it was really nice. The beat's great.
Just as a preface,
I actually didn't even notice it was a lot of it was in English.
Yeah, like 90% of the song is in English.
Yeah,
I think,
until like halfway through the song, I was like, wait a second.
She's trilingual. Japanese.
Well, because I was kind of like just engrossed in her voice, not even what she was saying.
No, her voice is insanely good. Like she's one of my favorite singers in Korea.
And just as a preface, I don't know, maybe because I don't have a reference to their ballads, but I kind of preferred like the electronic or R&B style songs as opposed to the ballads, because I don't know, most of them just came off as okay, it's a ballad, but like this, it feels like maybe this is. I feel like it's a good move for her, because I feel like she gets more of like vocal. She gets to do a lot more vocally on an electronic song or an R&B song as opposed to just like a typical Korean ballad. So it's a nice move. It's a nice evolution of her sound, I think.
Well, I think this still could be considered a ballad. Like, I think the electronic influences definitely add a lot of flavor to it. So I think it's definitely a good direction to go in, especially with a lot of the new directions that electronic music has been going in recently. So,
but I mean, trance has sort of fallen off, I guess, because most EDM or electronic music has sort of gone towards tropical or like deep house type
and stuff,
like that sort of thing. This is sort
of
like a chiller house or like a trance style, which I liked. Which is it's kind of the music I got into back when I first started listening to EDM. So
yeah.
Next is Hello, which was the pre-release track featuring PH1. And this is like this has light rock influences, like there's a guitar and stuff going on, but it's like an upbeat R&B song.
A lot of the songs on the album, I could feel the rock influence.
It's all over.
Not as much the instrumentation, but her singing style.
It was a bit of a mix. Yeah, it's got the rock influences, and it definitely has that R&B sort of production. Obviously, with Groovy Room producing the track. Also, the next one I believe was produced by Groovy Room as well. So. But just as a side note with this, like, I like the song a lot because it gives me, maybe it's just anime sort of songs influence, but it kind of gives me like Utada Hikaru vibes to it. Like she has like they both have like that sort of like light rock, almost Japanese like alt rock type of sound to it, or it kind of reminds you of like Sanctuary from Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
It's that same vibe, so I like it.
I personally I really like this song, and I also really like the next track, Parade. Like, I think there's a really actually like, this is one of those cases where I'm like, you pick the right title tracks. I really think she made smart choices on there. So these are my two favorite tracks on the album.
Hello is like it's reminiscent of her older stuff too. So like she did do a lot of R&B type stuff too. So this is probably one of the most like similar to her older stuff on the album, I think. Side note, she's under C9 Entertainment now, so that's Baejin Young from 101, Good Day,
cool.
Cheetah, and Eugene are all under. Because her old label, she
Eugene
got like
from
SES.
SES is under C9.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What?
I just found that out too. I wasn't sure, I just looked at their list on Wikipedia. Because in like 2011, she sued her company because they like didn't
do shit.
Pay her.
I don't remember what happened. They favored her, so her contract got annulled.
Okay.
And they owed her 100 million.
Dang.
Won, so
100
million won.
Okay.
That's like
100,000.
Yeah. I was like 100 million USGs. That's a lot, especially for a singer.
Nah, it's 100K.
Yeah. She sued her company to request the termination of contract due to questionable validity. I don't know what. It doesn't say what.
Like what? That could mean anything, basically.
But there are probably like stupid conditions in it that like.
Yeah, and she's like this can't be illegal
contract shit.
Yeah. Because that was back in that day when that happened. Okay, next is Parade, which is the title track, which is like a complete departure from what she's used to doing. This reminded me of an Owl City song.
Yep.
Like it's a very happy electronic, like upbeat, fun. It's got a sick bass part in it.
Not just sick bass line, sick distorted bass.
Yeah,
there's
distorted
a difference.
bass.
There's a huge difference. Distorted bass line.
But the song's really cool. It's like really fun.
I like the MV a lot. Right?
Really like it.
Yeah, she's really cute in the MV. Just her dancing around.
If I had to pick a number one track, this would be it. I really, really like this one. It's really fresh sounding to me. I really, really like it.
Yeah, I think this is my number 2.
I don't know exactly how to like rank it or whatever, but it's definitely up there among my favorites. But the MV kind of gave me like palette IU vibes.
Yeah, it definitely is very
same
like,
aesthetics, that sort of thing. So
yeah,
I think the album kind of
palette.
feels that way as well.
I guess
as far as
very
like
powerful female vocal singers,
niche-wise,
that sort of thing. Good ballads, yeah. So makes sense.
Yep, and that's what she does. She is very similar to IU.
New IU.
Huh?
New IU.
Yeah, not old. I mean, no one's similar to old IU. Just IU. Nobody has excelled at that yet. Next is Like Nothing. So this is like a soft rock ballad, like piano based. Which is like what she excels at. She's really good at this type of song. And at the end, she has like there's some belting in it, and she like that's very signature for her. She does that a lot in her older stuff.
This is where
I noticed that.
Yeah, this is where I really get like the Japanese like rock sort of influence from her style of music.
Yep. Yeah, that definitely shines in this song. Anything else, Jacob?
No, it's a really solid song. I really like it. I know I keep saying that, but like the whole album was pretty solid. Apart from like maybe one or two songs I didn't like as much as the others, but I still liked.
Yeah.
Really powerful, nice vocals. I don't know who it reminds me of in America, because I've definitely heard like music like this playing in like from like maybe like the early 2000s or something like that, when rock was more popular in like the pop music and stuff.
Yeah.
Either way, I really like this song. It's a good rock ballad. Her vocals are always good, so I don't even need to say that. So
yeah,
you know.
Yep. Next is Airplane Mode, which is just like smooth jazz lounge type music.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, I think this is really good instrumentals. Like
this one grew on me after I listened to it a second time. I didn't like it the first time.
Yeah, I was surprised that you didn't like these two songs, because it's just like I think it's. So I'm gonna actually kind of the next song after that's Foresight Dream, because like I want to compare the two because they're both similar. They're both the same type of song. But I think
that's the reason why they didn't stand out to me, is because they're right next to each other.
There's two in a row.
I got a difference from them because Airplane Mode, it's got more of a Latin vibe to it, whereas Foresight Dreams, I guess, more of a traditional R&B style. I don't know, like that's the difference I could feel from it.
Well, like I wasn't gonna say like there's the difference, because like to me they're similar, but I felt like Airplane Mode was really focused on the instrumentals to complement her vocals, and then in Foresight Dream it was much more vocal heavy. Just her vocals and the piano, with the instrumentals a lot like more in the background. And I thought that was really cool because they definitely do like fit together, but there is that like defining difference to me
for sure.
And then in Foresight Dream they use this like sample of like ice clinking in a glass over and over again, and I thought that like really fit, that like really helped the mood a lot. I don't know if you guys caught that. Anything else you guys want to say about these two songs?
I think Foresight Dream just felt short for me, just because coming right off of Airplane Mode, I think I expected it to go up from there, but it went like down as far as like tone goes. So I guess that was a little jarring for me for whatever reason, and that might be like
why. As
a song, I still liked it. I think it just like was an awkward point in the album for me personally. I was just expecting it to go up again based upon the other tracks in the album, though. You still need these sort of toned back tracks in the album to sort of fill in the gaps as well. So
I can
definitely see
personally.
I think I just would reorder. I think I would put it after Feel or Drive.
Or maybe
just mix it up a little bit.
Airplane Mode.
Or that would work too. Actually, maybe flip the two around. Because I listened to it in order, just as like a full piece, basically.
Yeah, but I didn't particularly like these two. Were some of my favorites because again, I preferred the R&B tracks on this because I just liked her voice. I just liked her sound better with the R&B tracks as opposed to the ballads. But no, this one was solid too. I liked it.
Yep. Next is Feel, which is like funky guitar and bass pop song.
Yes.
Like this is with with Chancellor's vocals, like they really push the like Bruno Mars feeling.
Yeah.
Because he just like straight up sings in that like funky American pop style, like singing.
Yeah. One thing I really like about this song is they do a really good job of using the sort of like I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's like a drum beat, basically, like metronome in the whole song, and it does a good way. Like basically, like it's going like this, and then her voice is sort of like hitting it when it each beat comes by. Like I guess it does a good job.
Sort of thing. It's just a constant hi-hat beat, I think.
Yeah. Either way, I don't know. I think it was a good use of it, and it worked well.
It's an electronic hi-hat, basically. It's just trying to... Well, that's kind of the purpose of why people use hi-hat. It helps keep time. So
yeah.
It's like
I don't mind hi-hat. I don't like it when it's like...
Oh, yeah, it's an electronic... Yeah, it's an electronic, like, sound profile sort of thing, so...
Jacob doesn't like trap hi-hat.
Yeah, I hate trap hi-hat. That's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the thing, because trap hi-hats, they try to make it sound like gunshots, so...
Oh, yeah, and trap hi-hat is literally the exact same hi-hat hit over and over again. There's no variation at all.
I don't mind it.
Yep. Moving on to Drive. So I'm gonna go in depth on this one because this is easily my favorite song, and I think like one of the coolest instrumentals in like a K-pop song I've heard in a really long time. So like to me, this is like it's hard to explain, but it's like a mysterious feeling electronic ballad, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like
for sure,
it's got like the mix of everything going on. You have like a snare march like in the background. There's a lot of like really cool audio samples. There's subtle electric guitar that's like following what her singing is doing,
mixed with like
and then
chimes.
Then like the synth, like the chime synth, which is like adds a mysterious feeling. And then like I don't know, like 2/3 through the song, there's like a bridge with like a muted trumpet solo, and that was just like that really like drove that like mysterious type sound home to me. And then even like in the really like back of the song, there's just like this white noise, which like really helps that feeling of like you're in a car, like it's actually driving down a road, because you just get that like really really subtle like shh, like you're driving or something. Like I don't know, just like everything about the song's instrumentals blew me away.
Yeah.
This is definitely another one of those like Utada Hikaru vibe sort of thing where she does a good job of like the instrumentals do a good job of setting a stage or like an emotion for like what the song like is sort of trying to describe, and it's amazing. I love there's just all those subtleties that they're using, and like nothing. The instrumentals don't necessarily feel too overpowering. If anything, they're kind of
exactly.
they're very minimal compared to like her vocals, as opposed to like a lot of the other songs where the instrumentals are sort of like the feature of the song in a way.
Yeah.
But this one it's definitely a lot more muted, but it's still there's still intricacy in how they blend all of these different like instruments and samples, all of that together. So it's really nice.
No, if you were just listening, like, just as one sec to add to that, like, if you were just listening to songs on, like, shuffle or whatever, and this came on and you weren't really paying attention, you wouldn't have noticed any of that stuff I just, like, raved about. But if you're actually, like, listening to the music to listen to it, like, you can catch all
these headphones on with your amplifier, lounging back in your chair.
Yeah, exactly.
Mashup, please sponsor us.
Or you're just, like, you're just, like... alone driving, just chilling, just taking like a Sunday drive or whatever. Like the song it's perfect.
Yeah. This was also one of the big highlights of the album for me. What it reminds me of is like outside of K-pop, I'd say like my second favorite genre is probably like alternative pop, and this is where it sort of sounds like something like I'd hear like a female vocalist on like alternative radio, and I really really enjoy that actually. Seeing how something like that fits into K-pop, like again, like the chill vibe, the chill like laid back vibe is also feels really fresh, but it's like it wasn't too down. I guess if I put on an up and down scale, it was like just where I wanted. I guess like you said, for like a cruising song, you know.
Yeah. I was just about to recommend you do that, Andrew. Because you keep looking down. I was going to tell you to move your camera down a little bit because you're leaning on that stuffed animal and you like keep going out of frame.
No. I'm looking at my notes. So.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, you moved your camera down like right before I was going to tell you to move your camera down. Next is Go, which is another like one of the R&B songs.
My favorite track. My favorite track by far.
The instrumental for this sounds like a beat that Punchnello would rap over.
This has like some really cool like samples, and then at the end you get like the really like it's that same sound that you hear constantly nowadays, but like that dubstep synth. Like the distorted synth.
There's tinges of future bass in this. It's like an R&B future inspired. So that's an instant win in my book. That's all you need to make a song that like Andrew really likes, basically.
Future
like
bass.
I recently made a playlist on Spotify that's called Smooth as Fuck, and basically I'll just add any song that's just smooth as fuck, and this goes on the Smooth as Fuck playlist.
I should make one.
Seems legit.
Yeah, I love this song so much. Like again, it's just like it's a perfect blend of just like how I love how smooth her vocals are, and just like the instrumentals are so intricate. So again, it's what I love about R&B music the most.
Yeah.
Next is No Answer.
It's a ballad,
this is like this is classic Younha, like piano, strings, acoustic guitar, ballad. Like it's exactly what you expect on a Younha album.
Probably why it didn't stand out as much to me, just because I feel like all the other tracks are sort of like going for a new sound, but this sort of is, I guess, our standard sort of thing. It just
this is one of our standards. There's this, and then there's a rock song with Tiger JK rapping in it. So like that's our other standard, because that's on one of our albums, and it's amazing. But yeah, this one definitely isn't like blow you away anything, but like if you're looking for classic Younha, like this is a track you'll like.
Yeah, what I'd compare it to is a track on like IU's album, for example, like Full Stop, or like something like that. Full Stop, Through the Night, one of those kind of thing. Ending Scene.
Yeah.
So I think it definitely it's a really, really good ballad. It's got really good flow. It's entertaining to listen to, I guess. It's not just your random OST track, Yeah. It's a good song.
Yep. And finally is Propose, which is another not acoustic, like super standout track, but this one's acoustic pop.
Really?
And it's another good solid Younha style track.
I like it. It was a good ending track.
Yeah. Yep. Didn't blow anyone away, but it was very good still.
It's like what you find for the like on a lot of girl group albums. Like it's just
that one acoustic pop. Like
this sort of again, like a lot of some of the songs again sort of like experimented with like the trance or like a sort of R&B sort of thing. I guess this like the last two, or this one especially, sort of falls back on that sort of like IU Bolbagansa sort of like indie like solo
sort of
female
vibe.
Vocal artist sort of thing,
which is what Younha was
your
like.
Specialty. So, but it's still nice. I like it.
Yeah, because like she wasn't from a big label or like produced or anything. She was just
like, how did she blow up in the first place? Like
she found mainstream success in Japan.
Was it because of
Bleach?
Yeah, that's
well, because she debuted in Japan before she debuted in Korea.
Oh, she pulled a Soman.
She was in Japan for let's see, she debuted 2004 to 2007.
Damn,
2007.
Bleach was 05, so.
And then 2007 was when she came and did stuff in Korea.
Before like IU Bolbagansa, we had like it was like Younha, Jinchil.
Exactly.
Like, female vocalists like that. Like they were the ones who filled that niche before. So yeah, definitely.
Yep. On her what?
Oh,
no, I was gonna say her what album? Her second album. It says that it had her second collaboration with Tablo, who co-wrote and featured in the song "Memory." So.
Oh, that's cool. Now I gotta listen to that.
Yep.
All right, rankings.
Yep. So rankings. So for me,
scores.
I struggled is 9.5. I like.
Are we doing that now? Are we doing that now?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not giving it 9.5. But to me, I wanted to give it a 9.5. But we're gonna stick to our 1 through 10, and so I'm gonna give it a 10, even though I have to. Like, the songs on this album are just so solid, and like, even that like 0.5 that I would take off for presentation, like the songs more than make up for it. So like I give a lot of albums 10s,
yeah,
because I love this genre so much, and I'm very easy to please. But this is
right.
Like, to me, this is like Palette or I Got Love 10. Like, to me personally, these songs are like top tier 10. This isn't like me giving an IOI group like album a 10 because it's just fun
10.
And it fits IOI. Hey, I gave Daya's.
You gave like a 9 something.
Well, no, I gave it. I think I gave it a 10 because we reviewed the whole thing as one thing, and I would have given like the like main album a not 10, and then everything else a 10. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like this is like a 10. This is a real 10 for me.
Okay.
So, I have multiple tiers 10. Of 10s because I give so many of them 10. Out.
It's a hey, Fantano's like light, like it's like light to like I don't know, heavy or something like that. It's like a light 6 or whatever. But for me, I didn't have that much time to listen to this, to be completely honest, because I've been busy with work. But from what I did listen.
This is actually like one of the first albums we've reviewed where I listened to it more than once because it came on in the car this morning. So I listened to it on my way to work, and then I listened to it again this afternoon.
Because like whenever I review albums, I feel like I need to listen to it over a couple of days, so it's not just first impressions. Like I need just like a good 4 or 5 days to get an impression of it. But from what I can, like I definitely agree with you that this is excellent. Mostly probably because it appeals to my R&B tastes. Mostly in particular, and like my EDM or like my future-based type of likings. So yeah, definitely, it was a good like variety of music, and I feel like all of it sort of still fit very well. Like I still feel the cohesion in the entire album. Music I give 6 out of 6. Concept I gave 2 out of 3 because like the Parade had a good MV, but I mean Hello and whatchamacallit, Foresight Dream was just kind of like lyric videos.
Yeah,
nothing else was too interesting, so I get 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And Bias Point, hell yeah, she did the ED for Bleach. You kidding me? She did the most famous ED for Bleach. I'd give 2 bias points for that one. I don't even watch Bleach. It's just crazy that she did. It's just crazy, just like how popular that is.
Yeah.
For me, I would give it a.
Jacob's liberating.
Yeah,
because he gave it they gave it a 10. I gave it a 9. So it's up to you. It's up to you.
I think I'll give it a 6 out of 6 for music because there's 11 tracks, but only one that I didn't like as much. Okay. So I'd still give it a 6 out of 6. And then I'll agree with Andrew on 2 out of 3 for concept.
Yep.
Because it doesn't feel like an absolute 10 for me, but I really enjoyed it. So it definitely deserves a bias point too because I like Younha from what I've seen her in, so she definitely gets a bias point as well. So
because she was on Epic High.
Yeah, she was on 2 of my favorite. She
collaborates with
Pablo.
Yeah.
But those are 2 of my favorites, like Umbrella and We Fight Ourselves. Those are 2 of my favorite songs.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely. 9 out of 10 for me as well.
So that's a 9 out of 10 basically.
Truly Daebak.
Yeah, truly Daebak album regardless. But
hey,
I guess we should get to put the shiny
start
one.
For the year.
Yep, we get to put the shiny logo on there.
Yep. It is definitely a good start for the year.
Yep.
For album reviews.
Don't worry, there'll be plenty of other stuff to disappoint us.
Yeah.
It's another dumbfounded album.
Oh, goodness.
I'm trying to figure out what the
next
first...
time he's going to please us. Next time.
What was the first song that she worked with Pablo on? Because it doesn't say. It says this one is the second one that she worked with him on. So maybe it was the Epic High. Well, it might have been her...
That was in 2008.
That was 2000... let me find it. That was 2008 again, so it probably was. Like she did a song on their album, and they did a song on her album. Or
Okay,
she did
a song.
Yeah.
She was on Umbrella, but then she re-released Umbrella in 2015, like the full song.
Oh yeah,
that wasn't just the like without Epic High, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now
Umbrella came out first.
Wait a second.
What?
Hold on.
Topic 2.
Okay, for some reason when I searched Younha, Future, and Young Thug came up, and I was like, why is she on that? She's not. I don't know why that came up. Like it was like the third result.
So much for not
the fourth result.
Wait.
Trap beats.
It's probably because of Young.
Yeah.
It's probably because of Young and Young Thug. I don't know. Anyway.
Then we have A Mess.
Oh my god, this
by
is so
Rain.
weird.
Rain's mini album My Life with the title track Gang, and it's Rain trying to be insanely hardcore hip hop, and it just doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
Like the vocal like
About this.
the R&B parts were good, but like